That evening, Sony quietly called his father Hank after returning from the hot pot restaurant. In his innocent way, he described the meal with Serenity, Jasmine, and Abby, recounting how much he enjoyed the food and the warmth of their company. Without realizing it, the boy revealed to Hank what had truly happened at the restaurant. He told of seeing Aunt Chelsea there with her husband, her son Lucas, and even her parents in law. He noticed small details: a covered mouth, a hushed greeting, a hidden phone call that an adult might miss but a child would retell without bias. As Hank listened, the picture became painfully clear. Chelsea had deliberately silenced Lucas when he tried to greet Sony, fearful that Serenity might be drawn over and discover her dining situation. She had approached Serenity pretending to have forgotten her phone, likely hoping for financial help with a bill. But Sony had seen Chelsea later using that very phone to call her mother and ask for money. The revelation hit Hank like a blow. All at once, memories of the past rose up, years of subsiding Chelsea through his parents, the generous sums he had handed over while she saved her own income, the sacrifices he had made after his divorce. He remembered how his high earnings once covered everyone's expenses without complaint, but now, working as a rideshare driver with reduced income, he carefully divided his earnings: one third for Sony's future, one third for himself, and one third for his parents' needs. Even so, he had refrained from taking his parents out to eat because of the cost. Now, he learned that Chelsea, who had benefited from his support for so long, was still asking their aging parents for money just to pay for a hot pot meal with her in laws. It was a bitter realization. Hank had already depleted much of his savings after his hospitalization and continued paying alimony despite Sony living with Serenity. Yet Chelsea, who once took advantage of every family benefit, remained as entitled as ever. Hank's anger rose, but beneath it was exhaustion, a deep weariness at seeing old patterns repeat. Through Sony's simple, truthful retelling, he finally saw the full measure of Chelsea's manipulation laid bare.